for being my friend. Oh, shit.
Huh?
I'm having a tough time hearing you guys because I forgot to go get my headphones.
Oh my God.
It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it.
Not like you listen anyway.
That's very true, especially when it comes to you.
But hey, now that I've finished typing, what do you guys think of this other thing? So I'm not going to comment on what you guys just said.
Shut up. So, okay, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Now we are waiting for Facebook, and we are live on Facebook. So now I will click this button that says to go live. Go live. Go live.
Now what?
We're live. That's what.
Now what?
I'm supposed to have the,
Is there an intro?
Yeah, I'm supposed to have that ready, but it's not ready.
What do we...
I'm tired. Y'all leave me alone. Y'all are a bunch of peanuts, man.
Oh, here, I got it.
Stop it. Don't do things. Here we go. Here we go. We got this. It's going. Just wait. Not yet. It's not going yet, but it will be going in just a second. Just wait for it.
Okay, tell me when to shush.
Okay, just hold on. You're good for now. You're good for now. You're still
How
good.
about now?
Still good.
All right.
Now shut up.
Welcome into the Nerded Up Podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for watching the show tonight. We'll see you next. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Nerded Up, broadcasting on Phantom Facebook's only live sports network. Actually, welcome to Phantom Facebook's only live social media network, because we are currently broadcasting on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube right now. We are trying to cover all of our social media / digital / internet bases. And we're doing a good job. I'm Josh Beard at Josh Beard Radio on Twitter, joined as always by Stefen Mazzone at Mazons on Twitter, and Kerry Hot Ice Craig at Hot Ice on Twitter as well. Go look at Kerry's real sweet MMA takes on Twitter. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight, and by good stuff, I mean stuff that I threw together real fast because I want to go to bed because I've been up since 3:45 this morning. So we're gonna do some June release stuff because we got the next couple of weeks. We're gonna have a lot of shit that we need to talk about and a lot of shit that we need to do. E3 is quickly approaching. 2 weeks from now, we're gonna do our E3 preview show, and during E3 every night, like, we're gonna do a daily recap of E3, just like we did when we first started this show last year. So, oh, I'm throwing things. I think I broke something. Anyway,
throw more things.
As long as the stream's still live. So we have lots of cool stuff coming up in the show in the future, but tonight we're going to do our June releases. Go ahead and do it now. We're going to talk about Deadpool 2 since all three of us saw it and we didn't get a chance to do our review episode because I've been really busy doing all the sports radio broadcasting stuff because people think I know things. And then after that, we're going to talk about the poor reception that Solo's gotten, at least from a financial standpoint in a box office standpoint, although I've heard from multiple people that it's actually a pretty okay movie. But I've only heard that it's just pretty okay. I've heard anywhere from, it was entertaining, to, hey, it was entertaining. So that's really, it's like a spectrum from here to here that we're working with. It's a tiny, tiny spectrum, but it was not complete shit like we thought it was going to be. So, hey, good job, Kathleen. So we're going to start off the show with nerdy-ass news because Kerry just had a whole bunch of nonsense that he wanted to talk about, and I didn't know how to fit it into the show. So we're just going to say, hey, news segment, and then we're going to let Kerry ramble on for about 5 minutes about whatever inconsequential shit he has to talk about. So, hey, Kerry, hey, it's time for the nerdy-ass news, guys. Kerry, take it away.
All right. Well, since you set me up so spectacularly, I'm going to try to take the lead from here.
I'm a radio professional, Kerry. That's what I do.
Look, all I wanted to talk about was some Battlefield 5 news and like a little bit of Fortnite.
Okay.
Battlefield is one of my favorite shooter series. I love them. They're fun. I'm very much looking forward to the Battlefield 5. It's coming out a lot earlier than I expected it to. The first trailer looked insanely fun, looking good. It seems like might be like some sort of steampunkish element to it, which I want to know about.
The Battlefield 5 reveal trailer has over 320,000 dislikes on YouTube.
Don't really care. I'm still gonna buy it.
Are you the one like?
Is the steampunk aspect World War II? Is World War II just steampunk to you?
Yeah.
No. Well, okay. So
I mean,
wait, Kerry, this is an important question. Do you think steampunk and World War II are two synonymous terms?
I need you to know Hogwarts is fake, Kerry.
Oh, dear God.
Did you know this?
I swear to God. The prosthetic limb that lady is wearing is an actual, patented prosthetic limb from that era, but it was never implemented. Okay? But it does use that sort of design, and it is in the trailer. So it has me wondering.
Roughly 3 minutes ago.
Okay, in other news, Fortnite is giving away $100 million to Fortnite competitions worldwide.
That's actually really cool, but why'd you stop telling us about Battlefield 5?
Because fuck you, that's why.
No, come on. I'll leave you alone. Tell us about Battlefield 5.
I just thought it was cool. They're getting rid of the season passes.
You don't have
to worry. Everyone's getting the same content. Everything, the stuff you buy is just going to be cosmetic, just like Fortnite or Smite or stuff like that. They're bringing back the 4-player co-op, which, considering there's 4 of us that are usually playing together, I thought that was a nice touch. But you know what? You guys are assholes. They're also Epic's also bringing in a playground mode with like instant respawn rates and team kills, so you can just like dick around with each other, blow each other up, and then you instantly respawn, which is probably gonna be pretty fun. Good for you, since you like to kill us all, you son of a bitch.
It's gonna be great for me.
And then some other good news for you. They're making some tweaks to the Builder Pro thing, make it a little easier to use and quicker. So
I love Builder Pro. I think making the switch to Builder Pro, and I'm still trying to get used to it. I'm still not great with it, but making the switch to Builder Pro is absolutely crucial in my opinion. I think it doesn't really change how the Combat Pro works. Like, all the combat stuff works almost exactly the same, but Builder Pro just makes building a lot easier. Everybody's like, you don't use the ramps, or you got to use the triangle and then turn the triangle into its own ramp, because then you can switch back and forth a lot easier. Well, Builder Pro eliminates that. You don't need to do that at all with Builder Pro. So you just press a button, bam, it's done. So I love that switch. I'm glad they're making some changes to make it better. Kerry, what would you like to see them do? So, because I have a couple of thoughts of like what I'd like to see them do in Fortnite. Specifically to the gameplay, like, is there anything on your wish list, since we're on the Fortnite topic, that you would like to see them change?
Yes, the RNG to the hit detection.
Yes,
I cannot tell you how much it pisses me off when I get a headshot for 9 damage with a pump action shotgun from 10 feet away. It shouldn't happen.
That's actually exactly what I was gonna say. And really, with the shotguns and assault rifles specifically, it's just absolute trash. Like, when I bust a guy at close range in the head with a shotgun and it only comes up with a 6 damage, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. That should kill him instantly every single time. The RNG on the guns, they either have to just alter it, like change it in some way, or it has to go away completely, because it's really, really dumb. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our June releases. Oop, that's not the releases. That's Deadpool 2. We're not there yet. I'm not overtired at all. Okay, June releases for movies. Is there anything in particular that you guys are like actually excited for when it comes to June releases? Just off the top of your head before we kind of dive into these. And I'm not just stalling because I want to keep sharing it out to groups.
I'm not like excited. I'm more intrigued by a couple of them coming out that I hadn't really heard of until I saw some of the previews.
Which ones?
One is Upgrade, which seems it's like one of those, if you saw Hardcore Henry, it seems to be in that same vein where it's just like batshit crazy. This guy gets like an implant that just helps him be just this insane badass, and it just goes around doing stupid shit. And then Hotel Artemis with Dave Bautista. That one, I have no idea what that's about, but it looks intriguing for me for some reason. And Dave Bautista actually has some decent acting chops. It has, what's her name in it?
You're not excited
Jodie
about
Foster.
Jurassic World?
Oh, is that in June? I thought that was July.
No, that's June.
Oh, never mind. Yes, I am very excited about that movie, actually.
Because I remember you saying something about being excited. Stefan, off the top of your head, are there any movies that you're excited for?
I am really excited for Jurassic World. The spin that they've done on it recently looked really good. Ocean's 8. I'm actually a really big fan of all the Ocean movies. Yeah. They're all just really fun.
Is that already coming out?
Yeah, it's actually Friday, June 8th.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Hey, Kerry, unlike you, we prep before we do the show, so we know things.
I eat.
I just recently started seeing trailers for this the other day. It's another movie out of A24. Is that the studio, or A23, whatever? They're the ones that did Disaster Artist, 12 Years a Slave. Hereditary is a horror movie coming out. Looks creepy as all hell. I'm getting hardcore Exorcist vibes out of that.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones. You got Incredibles 2 coming out. A lot of people have been waiting a long time for Exorcist 2. Not Exorcist 2. Incredibles 2.
Exorcist 2.
Incredibles
oh my god.
Yes.
Exorcist 2 already came out. It's horrible. Don't see it.
It's not good. Incredibles 2 though.
Real fast, Randy says she's excited for Ocean's 8. Sam Kendall says, "Sup? What's up, Sam? Thank you for watching us." Hey, if y'all are watching this on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, whatever platform you're watching this on right now, let us know what June movie releases you guys are excited for. I'm actually, when I was thinking about June releases, I'm like, I don't know what's coming out. But there's actually a few that are good, and I think you guys, like each of y'all, or both of y'all hit on each of the ones that I was going to say, so we won't bring it up. How do we feel about Action Point? That's coming out in June. It's Johnny Knoxville being Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a script.
I was about to talk about that.
Oh.
It's based off of Action Park.
Yeah.
Which is a old kind of like not quite high-end theme park that was notorious for people getting injured at.
Nice.
He did some interviews on this movie. This is the movie where he's gotten most injured doing anything. It looks
violent.
Yeah, I think he said in one interview, his eyeballs popped out twice.
Oh God.
During reshoots, he got like 4 or 5 concussions and broke like 6 or 7 bones.
Damn.
And that he was like, that was just during reshoots. I don't know how this man is being held together. It's got to be with some really high-end duct tape.
Just duct tape and twigs.
Yeah.
Because at one point he gets hit with like a fire hose and goes down a slide like ricocheting off of the sides.
I don't know how that man is alive. It makes no sense.
Him and Chris Pontius both. It's weird.
Well, Chris Pontius, the first time I remember seeing him was in CKY back in 2002, 2003. And those dudes have been doing this stuff for so long. Like, it's incredible. And the fact that, like, Johnny Knoxville actually created a legitimate acting career off of this shit is what amazes. It's not the fact that he's still alive. Like, yeah, that's amazing. Cool, whatever. Obviously, he sold his soul to some devil. But it's just the fact that he actually carved out a legit acting career, and people gave him roles. He's a terrible actor, but he still keeps getting jobs. Actually, I wouldn't say he's terrible. He's borderline. Sometimes he does some stuff where I'm like, oh, that was not good. Anyway, so The Incredibles 2 comes out June 15th. I'm really excited about that. I think that and Jurassic World are the two that I'm most excited about for June. I mean, The Incredibles it's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's something the kids love it, and the fact that like the kids just fell in love with The Incredibles like within the last year and a half. And then all of a sudden, when they fall in love with it, The Incredibles 2 comes out. So that's really, really cool for them. Shitty that I had to wait so long for it. So, like, kind of also fuck them. But also, it's cool for them, too.
Don't fuck the kids.
Yeah, The Incredibles 2, I'm really excited about. Jurassic World, I think, is going to be it's going to be great. It was supposed to, did they delay it? Like, wasn't it originally supposed to come out like a week earlier, like June 15th? It says it's coming out on June 22nd. And I specifically remember it was supposed to come out the week of my birthday. And I was like, because I told my wife, hey, I want to go see this for my birthday. Like, I don't need a birthday present. Like, just me and you go see Jurassic World. That's all I want. And now it's coming out on June 22nd, so that ruins all of the things that I wanted to do for my birthday, I guess. But I'm really excited about that.
You're wrong.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
About the date that I'm reading on, or the original date?
The original date. I think
I'm wrong about a lot of stuff, man. It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility for me being wrong, but I'm really excited about this movie. I thought the first one was a lot of fun. I thought it was like we talked about this before, Stefen, and Kerry, I don't know if you talked about it. We don't listen to you much, so I thought that Jurassic World. I'm being mean to you tonight, and I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'll stop being so aggressive.
You're sleepy.
I really thought that Jurassic World, and like I said, we talked about this. Jurassic World was the real sequel to Jurassic Park. Like, it's the sequel that we always wanted to Jurassic Park. And I love Chris Pratt to death. I've been watching him nonstop on Everwood, and he playing Bright Abbott, the fun-loving, just lovable ne'er-do-well who's just a jock through and through. Perfect role for Chris Pratt. Actually, the role that got him started, which is incredible. He's very good in it. Might be his best role. Everwood, Hulu. Check it out. I wish they would pay me for that. Anyway, I need a Hulu.
Don't check it out.
We need a Hulu sponsorship. You hear me?
It's not going to happen.
Why don't we have that yet? Chris Pratt is great in it. Bryce Dallas Howard is a cutie pie. And the monsters are freaking incredible. I think the storyline looks really cool. I'm excited about that. Let's get feelings on Jurassic World, because I think this is the one. This might be the one that I'm most excited for in June.
I think I like the misdirect with the first trailer and how it was all park related and disaster related, and then apparently that's only like the first third of the movie, and then it becomes this like horror scene chase through a house.
Yeah.
Like that one moment in the Lost World where the Velociraptors are chasing them all around the buildings and stuff. It has that kind of feel, but just like T-Rex / Velociraptor is just, that thing looks creepy, and I really want to see this.
The one scene that they've shown in the latest trailers where it's just like creeping up on the little girl in bed is just the most terrifying thing in the world. So
especially if you have daughters.
Yeah. You have 2 daughters. I have 1 daughter, a son that might murder me in my sleep, but that's not what we're talking about.
I'm not worried about him.
Right, but like, okay, Stefen, thoughts?
I really like as Kerry was saying, the change of pace that they did. I thought the movie was going to be this whole big dino rescue thing, and I was kind of like, well, that's kind of like a played out like idea. But I do like we're going like really big bad engine.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, yeah, screw the idea of just like making like dinosaurs. We'll just invent something brand new. And just get a killing machine in here. And I mean, they're playing like the role of like big evil genius bad guy. I'm hoping to see Dr. Wu just full blown mad scientist in this one.
Yeah.
And it sort of feels reminiscent of Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World, where they're releasing the T-Rex in San Francisco. Was it? I think it was, or LA, somewhere around there.
San Francisco, yeah.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Whatever. One of those San California places. Like, does anybody give a shit? It's going to break off into the ocean at some point in the next 20 years anyway, right?
Yeah, fuck.
But also to our audience in California, like, we love you guys.
We love you.
But we have an audience in California?
Yeah, we do. We have like 10 people, I think, that watch out of California.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, California. I was just kidding.
But I like this big bad engine, and kind of more of a, I feel like we're going to get a little bit of buddy cop vibe coming out of Chris Pratt and Blue, the Raptor. Because some of the like scenes in the trailers, it's like, you did it, Blue. All right. Now you get him and tag team him. Yeah. Like, just embrace the absurdity of it at this point. Like, it's good. Go for it.
I think that's what you have to do. In like the first one, it had a little bit of absurdity to it. This one, I think it's got a lovable absurdity, and it's mostly because Chris Pratt's adorable, but also because it's just fun. It's not like the Lost World. I thought the Lost World was just. It was absurd just to be absurd with no rhyme or reason or a good leading man to make the absurdity fun. And so I like it. It doesn't. The absurdity doesn't bother me in this. Oh God, Doug. I didn't even see that you posted that. That you said that, Steven. And Doug in Facebook says Velociraptor modeled after Bill Cosby. Jesus Christ, man. Inappropriate comments. Inappropriate, sir. We don't
can't have that in the chat.
Inappropriate.
Keep doing it. Keep chatting.
Randy says Josh's head will float away, probably way bigger. I'm actually like a super down to earth guy. I know I come across super douchey on this show sometimes, and I've been told by a couple of people I need to calm down the caricature that I've created on this show. So I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna stop being so aggressive. But I'm actually like a really chill guy for the most part. I just like being entertaining and funny, and so like Kerry's a curmudgeon and he's negative, but he's really chill about it. And Stefen's just super nice and laid back. So like I felt like I needed to create a caricature that like juxtaposed those two personalities, but apparently everyone hated me. So I'm just not going to do that anymore. So I'm still a little douchey. Don't think that I'm not a douche like completely. Like I am still a little bit, but it's not as I'm not going to embellish it as much as I had been before. All right, last one we're going to talk about. Uncle Drew. I'm just kidding. You guys don't give a shit about that. Sicario, Day of the Soldado. How do we feel about this one? I never saw. I still haven't seen the first Sicario, so I don't have anything to go off of.
Brilliant movie, the first one. Loved it. Josh Brolin, amazing. Benicio del Toro, amazing. I mean, that was a great movie, and I'm really looking forward to where they go with the next one. Because Benicio del Toro was the best character in the first one, but he wasn't the main character. And now he is the main character with Josh Brolin as his enemy. And Josh Brolin is like, he's up here now as far as I'm concerned. His acting is the best ever since Daniel Day-Lewis. No, not really, but he's really good.
A little hyperbolic, man. I'm going to stop you right there. Josh Brolin.
He was really good in the first one.
Yeah, I said I was going to stop you right there. Josh Brolin is on a roll lately, though. Like he was great as Thanos in Avengers. We'll get to him as Cable in Deadpool too. But I thought he was really great in that too. So I'll watch Sicario just because I want to. I'm probably not going to watch it till it comes out on Redbox, but I want to watch Sicario: Day of the Soldado. It does look pretty interesting. Stefan, do you give a shit about that at all?
I'd still have to see the first one. I was super interested in it. Then I think it came out around a time when a bunch of other stuff came out and it flew under the radar. So I want to catch up with it. I'll probably be interested in the sequel.
Do you has Amazon Primes?
Yeah, I know it's on there. It's also, I think, on Hulu.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Did either of y'all want to talk about Hotel Artemis a little bit more in depth?
I don't know much more about it. I just saw like 2 trailers.
It
looks interesting.
I think the thing that has me most intrigued is Sterling K. Brown is in it, and I freaking love him.
Oh yeah.
So I'll watch anything with him. All right. Moving on from the June movie releases. There's some pretty good stuff. I'm actually like, there's every week of June there's at least one movie coming out that I'm pretty intrigued by. And now let's go to the antithesis of that. The June video game releases, which really honestly the only thing I want to talk about here is this the worst month for video game releases of all time? Because I think it might be. The biggest release in June for video games is the new DLC for Elder Scrolls Online Somerset, which comes out June 5th. And then we got killer titles like Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, Vampire, because they don't know how to spell vampire, Jurassic World Evolution, Lego The Incredibles, Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, The Crew 2, which Kerry will probably be excited about that, and then Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch. Which, who knows, everything that happens with the Switch lately gets freaking pushed back anyway, so that may not even come out. But any of those pique anybody's interest on the June video game releases at all?
I'm going to be really unprofessional here, and I'm going to disappear for a second.
Okay. Are you turning into a velociraptor? You should have been a velociraptor.
I think he has to poop.
He's messing up the entire broadcast to be cute. This is terrible. You know what? Actually, looking through this, there is one game I'm actually incredibly excited for, and I totally forgot about. Mario Tennis Aces on the Switch.
What? Oh my God! You were a child.
Yeah, I am.
You were a tiny child.
Yeah. We got the new Donkey Kong. That was my gift from the kids and Kara for my graduation present. They got the new Donkey Kong, and it's actually really, really fun. And we've been playing that a lot. I love getting Switch games because like I've got all these games that we're playing on the Xbox. And I've got this backlog, so I don't really need games. So whenever I get games, I want games that I can play with my family, play with Kara, play with the kids and stuff. So Mario Tennis is a game that we used to like when we were stationed in San Angelo. Mario Tennis was a game we like. I don't know if you ever partook in this, but we'd get super drunk and play Mario Tennis against each other. I don't think you were there yet when we did this. But yeah, we played Mario Tennis a lot, and Mario Tennis has always been a really fun game, so I'm actually really excited for Mario Tennis Aces on the Switch. It comes out June 22nd. But yeah, other than that, like Super Bomberman R comes out on my birthday. Woohoo! That Vampire game doesn't look really interesting enough for me to care about it. Elder Scrolls Online Somerset, like Elder Scrolls Online is fun, but not enough people play it with us. June's terrible, man. It's terrible for game releases, and like I'm looking forward to July. Like we're not like I'm just gonna go ahead and do July because like there's no reason to talk about video game releases for July because that's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and Sonic Mania Plua. Like that's all we've got.
Yeah.
Banner Saga 3 is coming out. Like there's nothing good.
I mean, when E3 comes out, we'll have a lot more to talk about, and we won't have to worry about these horrible releases. But
right. But
it
is this the worst? Like, I know it's bad every year, but I usually feel like there's at least one game, at least one game every other month or every month that at least is kind of interesting to where it's like, yeah, I'll play that, I'll check that out, and it's not like this at all.
Yeah, I think I was intrigued with Vampire at first. But the more I read about it and the more stuff I see on it, the less intrigued I am.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, there's nothing. It's not until like October when something comes out that I care about.
Right. But luckily we've got a lot of games that we're playing right now. By the way, if you just turned it on and you're wondering why it looks like there's a silhouette of a human that's missing from our screen, Stefen just disappeared. He may be dead. I
think he pooped.
Either let's speculate what happened to Stefen. Either A he had to poop. I'll give you choices. A, he had to poop real bad.
Yeah.
B, there was a home intruder and he had to go stop him with a samurai sword. Or C, he won the lottery and he's gonna forget us and leave us behind in the dust and go buy 1 billion Xbox games.
I'm going with A.
Hey, he had to poop. Yeah, that's the one I was gonna go with too. That's a pretty smart choice. I don't even know where to go from here. Yeah, the game releases sucked. Movie releases are good for June. That's enough for June releases. We're gonna move on. Let's move on into our Deadpool 2 Actually, you know what? Let's wait for Stefen. I was gonna do Deadpool 2 review next. Let's wait for Stefen. Let's see if he comes back from his poop adventure. So let's go. Death. Oh, he's back. Never mind. Hi, Stefen. Did it come out? Did everything come out okay?
Yes, nothing is on fire.
Good. Okay. Okay. These were the options. I don't know if you heard. A, you either had to poop real bad. B, there was a home intruder and you had to stop him with a samurai sword. Or C, you won $1 million and you went and bought a bunch of Xbox games and left us behind for good. So that you're back. So that one's not true. So was it the samurai sword or the poo poo?
I'll take D, all of the above, Bob.
Okay. He literally was taking a dump while stopping a guy with a samurai sword. That's incredible. Do y'all want to go into Deadpool 2 next, or do y'all want to talk about the solo failure first?
Can we get the negative out of the way? I want to get Star Wars out of the way.
Let's get the negative out of the way. All right. Let's go into Solo, which Stefen and I haven't seen it yet. Kerry has seen Solo. I'm probably going to go see it at some point pretty quickly. I don't know, ? But I probably
don't need
will.
to.
I've actually heard pretty good stuff about them. Like, not that it's great, not that it's amazing. It's, oh my God, it's incredible. But I've heard stuff like it's better than Rogue One, which to you guys isn't saying much. To me, that says a lot. I've heard it's better than The Last Jedi. It's probably somewhere right on par with like The Force Awakens. Like, I've heard that it's at least entertaining, it's at least fun, and it's not that bad. But like, it's not doing great in the box office at all. Metacritic, it's got a 62. Which like the user score is a 5.9 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 70% on the tomato meter, a 61% on the audience score. So Kerry, I'll let you go first real fast since you've actually seen the movie without giving any spoilers, without really giving a review. Like, I guess you're gonna have to give kind of a pseudo review.
Semi.
Like, oh, I love semis. To you, like, what's the issue with Solo in the box office? Because I have my speculation of why it is, and I think everybody would probably assume like why it's tanking in the box office. But to you, why is it tanking in the box office?
So there's probably a couple of reasons. We'll get into the money and the releases surrounding it that may be taking some of the money away. But first of all, the movie is completely pointless. I mean, there's no reason to have it. It's not engaging. It's not compelling. There's nothing there. It's candy. That's all it's for.
Right.
The main character, I don't know what's wrong with that kid. He's not good in that role. I don't know what they saw in him where they wanted to give it to him. He is not good as Han Solo. The two, I really hate saying this, but I honestly didn't even like Donald Glover that much. I thought I was going to like him a lot more, but even his character was kind of bland.
See, I've heard the opposite. I've heard from everybody that Donald Glover was by far the best part of the movie.
He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't near as good as I thought he was going to be as Lando. My two favorite characters were a droid called L3 and Woody Harrelson's character Tobias Beckett. Yeah. Those two were like the only decent characters as far as I'm concerned. And it was, I will say that the movie was a lot better than I thought it would be, but I thought it was going to be just a complete waste of time and it just drain on my psyche.
Yeah.
But it was actually fairly entertaining. So I guess I can't complain that much.
I think the most interesting thing that I keep hearing about this movie is pretty much everyone's going like, yeah, it was entertaining. It was fun. But like no one elaborates any more on it than that. So to me, it's almost like, so was it fun because it was Star Wars? Like if it was anything else, like remove the Star Wars IP from it and where does the movie fall?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really that I haven't liked any of the new Star Wars stuff. So for it to be at least entertaining, I think probably says something to Ron Howard being able to salvage it enough. I think the reason it's fun and nothing else is because they took the main character out of the equation, a lot of it, because he's not engaging or compelling or interesting at all or good for that matter.
Is that Alden Ehrenreich?
So,
yeah,
right.
Right. So this is the first solo character film starring Han Solo, and they remove him from the majority of the film.
He's not. Yeah, they have him more. They give more interaction with the secondary characters than anything else. But the reason I think it's so entertaining is because you have a lot of decent secondary characters that are interacting together a lot, along with those spectacular visuals, because the visuals are fantastic. I will say that. You also have, at the very beginning, you have Tandy Newton, who is amazing. She's great in Westworld. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yep.
And John Favreau is like a four-armed chimp pilot thing that's just if he was, well, I won't give any spoilers, but I wish he was in the movie. I wish he was in the movie more, because he was definitely the best. But there's other good characters, just not the main one.
How's our old friend Danny Targy, the wonderful Amelia Clark?
She wasn't bad.
Yeah.
There's times you can tell she was struggling a little bit with the character, but there's not a whole lot of range that she needed to do. So she pulls it off nicely. There's some stuff when she's like the starstruck, like innocent, ooh, what's this? Like she can do that, obviously.
Right.
But the other stuff, was a little weak, but still decent.
I'm going to read a couple of reviews off of Metacritic real fast, just because I want to see you cringe, Kerry. A bright and breezy sideshow adventure makes up for its overly frantic pacing with a charismatic central turn from Alden Ehrenreich, strong enough to make us want to see even more of him in solo mode.
Nope.
Did they call Alden charismatic?
Yeah.
Because I don't. That guy comes off as about as charismatic as a potato.
He is as bland as a carrot.
Whether we follow Han Solo through hyperspace for more adventures is up to Disney, but what we got here is enough to keep us coming back again and again. That's the best kind of Star Wars movie. What is that? That is the most shallow review I've ever. Obviously this is just a snippet of a review, but like there's no depth to that. It's just like I like it and I want to see it again. Essentially, is what the guy said.
That's basically who the movie is for. Then people who have no depth.
Here's a good one. New York
Whatsoever.
Post, Johnny Oleksinski. Solo, sadly, should be frozen forever in carbonite.
Well,
Is that too
maybe
far?
Maybe they should give someone else a shot first, but like wait a little while.
The Rap, Alonzo Duralde. While the movie ends in a way that's clearly designed to prompt further sequels, we don't get that prequel X factor that makes us interested in a character arc whose outcome we already know. Better Call Saul knows how to do this. Solo doesn't. Obviously, comparing a Star Wars movie to a TV show on AMC is a pretty even comparison.
Well, I was about to fear there that he's like, we don't get that prequel X factor. I was like, were you excited about the prequels for Star Wars?
Right.
But I get that he's calling it for Better Call Saul, which, yeah, they do that well. You know how the character is going to end up, but it's interesting to see the ride there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I think that's a big downfall for a lot of these like prequel things. It's trying to get you to enjoy the trip there, and I just don't know if there's that many characters that we as like an audience care that much about. And here's the sad part: Han Solo would be one of those characters.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
He's probably the most liked character in the Star Wars universe, and we'll get to the numbers in a second here, but we basically just showed Disney name alone will not carry these movies.
Yeah, absolutely. One last read, just because I want to Kerry, like this one. I'm going to read it silly, but I actually want your actual thoughts on what this person says. Solo eventually finds its feet, and the movie gets better as it goes. But we feel throughout the tension between conflicting visions of Howard and original directors Lord and Miller. Does that feel pretty true?
Yes.
Okay.
Spot on.
That's Gary Thompson of the Philadelphia Daily News. He gave it a 63.
Yeah, I agree, because it struggles a bit until Woody Harrelson and Tandy Newton show up.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks that they weren't in it for longer. Woody Harrelson is, but not the others.
Right.
Because you have a lot of talent surrounding it, and I don't understand why they took it away so quickly. It's just, he's not the guy to carry it. Alden is not the guy.
I'm probably gonna go. I'll probably go see it tomorrow. And I'm not excited to go see it, but I'm not disappointed to go see it. If that makes sense. I'll probably go and have fun, and it'll only cost me $5, and then I'll walk away and forget about it right after I see it. It's fine. Anything left to say on Solo and its box office failures? What did it come in at, Stefen? What are its box office numbers?
It still came in at number one just because it was like this weekend it topped everything.
Right.
But its numbers don't compare to like Deadpool's opening weekend.
Oh no.
Worldwide it came in under 150 mil. It was 148 mil on its opening weekend. But the kicker is that's on a holiday weekend where its numbers should be higher.
Yeah.
And it's got an estimated budget of somewhere between 250 million to 300 million. No one really knows. The numbers kind of go back and forth. Some estimates are even higher, placing it the most expensive movie ever made. Regardless, it is more expensive than The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
To make, and The Last Jedi, and that's just mainly because of reshoots. It's doing terribly domestically at only 83 mil, and I think it was like 60 some odd mil international. I don't know. The movie will probably make its money back, but it might take it a while and to note real quick, I know we're going to get into Deadpool in a second here. Deadpool had a major drop off in the numbers game too. They said starting last Sunday, the numbers started plummeting, and they're wondering if we just don't care enough as an audience about Deadpool anymore. The novelty's worn off already.
You think so?
The numbers start looking like it.
Let's go. Let's use that to transition into Deadpool real fast, and we'll do our Deadpool review and just kind of talk about the movie. I mean, it's not really a review. I think we all kind of really liked it. I think my thing real fast on what I heard before I went into the movie is I heard a lot of people say it was better than the first one, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree that it was better than the first one. I thought it was about on par. I thought it was as good as the first one. I don't think it was better. I won't say it's worse. And like they played up some of the jokes from the first one and kind of took them a little bit too far, but it also had a lot of new, like they broke the wall a lot more. I felt like the references were pretty incredible. They had some really funny Easter eggs. I don't know if y'all caught Brad Pitt in it, which was just absolutely hilarious.
Did you catch Matt Damon?
I did not catch Matt Damon. Somebody told me to look for him, and I missed him.
Did you catch Alan Tudyk?
I did, yes. I did catch
All right,
Alan Tudyk.
You caught Matt Damon. He was opposite of Alan Tudyk.
Was he
was
really?
The fat hillbilly.
No way.
The one
Oh,
talking
wow.
about toilet paper. That was Matt Damon.
So when I saw the Hillbillies, I thought to myself, I'm like, is that Matt Damon? Maybe he's just in makeup. No, there's no way that's Matt Damon. I'm like, well, I know that's Alan Tudyk, but that can't be Matt Damon. That's incredible. So okay,
For a second,
so I did see him then, I guess. What, Kerry?
I thought, I honestly, for a second, I thought that was him, but I got too excited that it was the guy from Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That's what I
Alan
thought for a
Tudyk.
second.
That's who
That
we're
would've been
talking
amazing.
about. And why
No,
would
no,
you?
I know.
He was
No,
the
the
guy
fat
that
guy.
played opposite Alan Tudyk.
Oh, yeah. He was replaying that character. Yeah.
I know who Alan Tudyk is.
So, I really like this movie. I thought it was incredible. I think the post-credit scene is the best post-credit scene we've ever gotten from a superhero movie because it's just fucking hilarious.
Just ridiculous.
Just when he shoots himself in the head, spoilers. Spoiler alert for the 5 people watching us right now. When he shoots himself in the head while reading the Green Lantern script, I laughed my ass off. I laughed so hard. But what did you guys like? Quick thoughts, Stefen. You go first because I feel like I've let Kerry go first a lot tonight. Stefen, quick thoughts. How did you feel about Deadpool 2 after watching it? What did you think about the movie?
So I sat there for a little bit after the movie. Number one, coming out of the theater, my face hurt.
Yeah.
I had like smile fatigue, and I can't think of a movie that's done that in a while. I think Deadpool 1 gave me bigger laughs. But Deadpool 2, I was just smiling constantly.
Yeah.
And it made me think about it for a second on whether or not this was better than the first one. Because I went into it, you had told me that people were saying that it was better than the first one. And I think objectively it might be better written than the first one.
I could agree with that.
And much more constant in its stream of comedy. Because Deadpool 1 had some real massive lulls with getting the character to where they wanted to get him.
Right.
But I think, and this calls back to some of the box office talk earlier, that nothing is really surprising with this movie.
Right.
With Deadpool 1, there was a lot of like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Or, oh, they went there, ha ha ha. But Deadpool 2 doesn't really push any more boundaries.
No.
It's sort of like, okay, we're getting kind of the same humor that we got in Deadpool 1. A little bit more references, a little bit more like, okay, you know the character, we've established things, so now we can just kind of chuck jokes at you.
Right.
And as I said, I think that makes this the better movie, but no, it's not like uproarious. It's not like groundbreaking as like Deadpool 1 was. So I think that might be the big key difference between the two movies here. Overall, I really enjoyed it. All the side characters played their roles really well. Domino was really great.
Yeah.
I like the way that they portrayed her. I think the kid that played Russell, I believe his name was Russell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was from Hunt from the Wilder People.
Yeah.
Great actor. I think he was 14 years old when he did the movie. He was fantastic. Cable was Cable, dark, brooding, everything he needed to be. And I like the little cleanup they did of the Deadpool timeline for future movies.
I thought that was awesome. The X-Force parachuting scene was probably my favorite of the entire movie, just because like the whole thing. I'm like, it's kind of cool. Like I think it's kind of corny that they're doing X-Force, but it's also kind of cool. So I'm excited to see it. And then they just freaking blindside you with all of them just dying in horrible ways. And I can't remember what it was. Like every single part, I was laughing my ass off. Oh, it was whenever what was his name? Pete or Peter? What was the guy's
Yeah,
name?
Peter.
Peter. Whenever the dude threw up on him, threw up the acid vomit on him, I laughed, like blurted out loud as hard as I could laughing. I was the only person in the fucking theater laughing at that. And I was laughing so hard at all of this happening. Everybody else was like, what the fuck? Like, you could literally feel them in their heads going, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like, that was my favorite part of the movie.
Good for you.
What? What's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me?
No, I was laughing my ass off the
Good.
entire time.
I just thought, it sucked that I was the only person. Like, I loved it, but in my head, I'm like, I was self-conscious at the same time because I'm like, why am I the only person laughing this hard? This is fucking hilarious.
I think probably pretty much everyone had some moment like that. I did something similar when he opens up at Blind Owl's house, the cabinet with the cocaine, and I don't know if you caught it, and I guess no one else in my theater caught it. As soon as he picks up the packet of cocaine, there's a little box in there that says "The Cure for Blindness."
Yeah,
Yes.
I laughed so hard at that.
Yeah. Well, that's also a callback to the first movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how people aren't catching that stuff. They're just not paying attention.
I will say this one was better written, and the main reason why I can't say it's better than the first one though is exactly what you brought up. The first one was just so different. It was the first R-rated superhero movie. It's the first Deadpool movie. They did a lot of things that we had never seen before, and that's why I can't say it's better. But Jesus Christ, if it wasn't just as good, just in different ways. And it was hands down better written. Like, they had so many more little Easter eggs and fun things that they threw into this.
Don't go around perpetuating the first R-rated superhero movie.
What?
Because that's just wrong.
Well, you know what was the first
Blade.
one? Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah, Blade, whatever. I care so little about those movies after Blade 3. I'm sorry. I can't take Blade seriously after Blade 3. Orgasmo doesn't count as a superhero movie. It was two guys playing a superhero. It was one guy playing a superhero. Terrible. Y'all shut up. Anyway, the writing was phenomenal. Kerry, what did you think about Deadpool 2? Give us like your favorite parts, your thoughts, your feelings. This is feelings time for you, Kerry. Tell us your feelings.
So the first one I loved. Every time I watched it, I was laughing my ass off, and it holds a special place in my heart. I was a little scared at first. I thought what's her name? When his girlfriend dies, I can't remember her name. When they kill her, I was like, oh God, don't go down this road.
Right.
So many other comic book movies have gone down the road of like, oh no, his love's dead in the second one, and now he has to. I was so annoyed that they went that route. But then they went off the completely fucking ridiculous deep end, and I was sucked back in immediately. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm back in. Let's do this. But my favorite part, Jesus. I don't know if I have a favorite. I will say Zazie Beetz was my favorite part of that movie, Domino. She was so much fun. I want her to have like the most prominent role in the next movie because she was great. But I think with the post-credit scene, we might even get like an actual like X-Force movie now since he saved Peter.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. The fact that he actually saved Peter, just so ridiculous, man. Like that entire parachuting scene was so ridiculous. All right, let's look at some of the reviews real fast, and let's see if these are fair. I think if I were reviewing this on Metacritic, which nobody gives a shit about my opinion, but hey, I'm gonna give it to you anyway. If I were reviewing this, I'd give it like I'd give it an 88. I think an 88 is right in my wheelhouse. Not amazing, not the best, but pretty damn good.
Fair
enough.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was way too easy.
No, that's about right.
No, you're
that's pretty much where I'd put
you're
it.
spot on. I'm not used to you guys agreeing with me on anything ever.
No.
It's terrible.
We all had about the same feelings.
John Nugent from Empire said, funnier, filthier, and damn entertaining. Deadpool 2 leaves no stone undeconstructed. The naughty man-child of the X-Men universe who manages to beat them at their own game. Alonzo Duraldi, 70. He gave this a 75. Hey, we read Alonzo from the Solo thing too. Good job, Alonzo. on reviewing movies. Does Deadpool 2 pick up its predecessor's baton and run off to new and exciting places? Not really. Is it as tasty as leftovers on the second day? Absolutely. Temper your expectations accordingly. Just fucking write something better than that, Alonzo. Yeah. Jesus Christ. A.O. Scott from the New York Times. There is something ever so slightly dishonest about this character. Something false about the boundaries drawn around his sadism and his rage. Deadpool 2 dabbles in ugliness and transgression, but takes no real creative risks. Whoa. This guy, talk about missing the fucking point of Deadpool. Jesus
He's at least
Christ.
60.
And he still gave it a 60. Like, if I read that, I'd be like, this guy gave it a 10. But he's like, it was terrible. But I'll give it a 60.
Some people just don't know.
That's stupid.
I will say one of the things I disliked was with Juggernaut's character. I don't know. I didn't like the way they implemented him.
Yeah, it was misplaced.
You mean
That's what it felt like.
Exactly the way he is in the comics?
I think exactly the same way he is in the comics.
That is exactly how Juggernaut
you can't
is
just,
in the comics.
As soon as he starts moving, you cannot stop him.
Right. That's sort of the point. But
all they did was like, lasso. Oh, he's got a chain on.
No. Different. You're talking different Juggernaut. If you're talking about Juggernaut after he's consumed the gem, then he is a literal unstoppable force.
Oh, fucking
But original
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, that's exactly the way he is.
Okay.
And he says some great stuff. Like his lines and everything, he's just perfect.
Fine.
Yeah, he did have some really good lines. I can't really think of anything that I didn't like in the movie. I there was a lot of stuff that I didn't like as much as other things, but pretty much from start to finish, I was in. I enjoyed it. Stefen, can you think of anything that you didn't like about it?
Nothing jumps out at me. As I said, I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
Nothing was just like I had any major faults with. Maybe I don't know. TJ Miller's character seems played out at this point.
Yeah,
they kept the running gag of him just making these really weird analogies, and it just kind of got tiresome.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's hard to like think TJ Miller is funny after all the shit that he's gotten into lately, for me specifically. But I still, I don't know. I like the ridiculous analogies a little bit too much, I think. Like, I still thought that they were funny. Kerry, what were you gonna say?
I think they played it well because there's never anything positive that happens with him. He's always just like the butt of everything.
Yeah, he's
like
just
nothing good ever comes
terrible.
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was great. Yeah, it's definitely a movie I want to see. I can't wait to see it again. And I don't know if I'm going to go see it again in theaters. But I can't wait till it comes out on DVD. I'm definitely gonna buy it because I want to see what Easter eggs, what little tidbits, what things I missed. I want to watch it 2, 3, 4 more times because I want to see all the shit that I missed in it. It's definitely worth a rewatch. I don't know, maybe it is worth seeing it in theaters again. I did not see it in IMAX the first time, and I've heard that it's actually pretty incredible in IMAX. So maybe I could go see it again in IMAX. But I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was like as great as some others, but it's still pretty awesome. It was as good as the first one, but nothing more, nothing less. I don't know. It's not. I feel like I'm saying that it was a meh movie. It was way more than a meh movie. It wasn't like Solo, but it was pretty damn good. That's my review. Pretty damn good. 88. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Anything else? Do y'all have anything else that you want to say about it?
No.
That's pretty much it.
Cool. Wow, this is just, we all agreed on like everything, the whole show.
No, not the whole show. You gave me so much shit at the beginning for liking Battlefield.
Oh, I totally forgot that I let you talk about that. That was mostly just so I could share stuff out to places. I didn't even listen to anything you said.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching us. We are Nerded Up, broadcasting on Phantom Social Media's only sports network. I am Josh Beard at Josh Beard Radio on Twitter. He is Kerry Hot Ice Craig at Kerry Hot Ice on Twitter. And as always, our bearded cohort, Stefen Mazzone at Mazons on Twitter. Go follow us on Facebook.com/NerdedUpPod. You can find us at NerdedUpPod on Twitter. Go look us up on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Nerded Up on YouTube, as well as right now we don't have an actual Twitch. I need to create one, but you can go to infamous_Legion on Twitch. and you can watch our shows there for right now, or you can go just watch us play video games on Twitch. At some point this week, I think Thursday night, we're going to do the Nerded Up stream sessions where we will stream a game, most likely Fortnite, and you get to choose what we do in the game, not meaning like stop shooting, let yourself die because we're a troll and we hate you, but more like, hey, here's a fun game idea that I have, follow these rules. That's what we do in the Nerded Up stream sessions. We'll probably also do a Friday night Smite, I'm guessing, and play a little Smite on Friday night, hopefully, if Stefen's not doing stuff, which usually he is, but maybe we'll do it later. I don't know. I never know. What's his schedule? I don't know what his schedule is. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Go follow us and like us, all the places that we are, and until next week, we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.